Hello, hello. Hopefully people can hear me. Oh my goodness. So hopefully people can hear me and hey Jax. Alright, I know nothing about the game. Unless you're a vampire. Hey Rat, how are you? Alright. I am not a vampire.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit.
Oh, I've been excited since I
Exactly the
saw
sort of thing
anything
I
about
did in
this
my
game.
younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror.
Oh boy.
I got lucky, though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs, taught me my letters, and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace.
Oh.
After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters, it's the self-defeating ways we think. Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw.
Oh damn.
But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. Fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old. He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers.
Older than time?
I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been looking, and now it's time to give back.
Interesting.
Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
Interesting.
Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Street.
Oh, my poor little
Sure is
vamp
a hell
buddy.
of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here.
You're a vampire! Shit.
Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
Wow.
Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Ooh.
Ja, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Sure.
I don't think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
The cowboy look is totally sexy, but you will get a bit sweaty.
I hope we will all get a bit sweaty.
We're vampires.
Good thing we run a little on the cold side, huh?
Don't worry, my Liebling. We make each other warm.
Oh, okay.
I'm hot. Stop. Don't scare the American. I want to do that.
Oh boy. Oh, it doesn't auto.
Maxi Liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
This is interesting.
No, you are the naughty one.
Well, I definitely ain't an American no more.
Oh my god.
Well, what's so special about this club?
Hmm.
Immernacht is the greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a good time.
If anyone acts without respect, they are banned from the club forever.
Okay.
You are free to do and be whatever you like, as long as you are harming no one.
And I hear that they are now attracting sexy old cowboys.
Wow, Maxi is just not even pretending.
Shh, Maxi, he is old enough to be your grandfather.
Wow.
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. I'm only a couple 100 years old.
Oh mein Gott, he is so cute, Reinhard. Can I keep him?
I'm looking for Andrew Makos.
You mean the club owner? Ja, that is why we are here.
If you're lucky, he will invite us to the private party at the end of the night.
Okay.
Well, what happens there?
I think maybe it is too kinky for Americans to hear.
Wow. What? Hold on. Hold on, please.
I can cut loose. What kind of party is this?
Thanks of it.
The kind where we dance all night and it's sexy.
Right? I was like, oh boy.
Oh, here are them kind of vampires.
I feel like I need alcohol for this.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, are there?
Well, it's that kind of a night in the old vampire quadrant. Hi, Cooney. Oh, is it? Sir? We
Although
just
we
met.
have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Right?
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it. It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think.
Y'all.
Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of.
I've never been to Berlin. Now I kind of want to go. I mean, there are clubs like that here, but...
There's high noon mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do-or-die showdown. And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine.
Oh, boy.
I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there.
Alright, I'm going to actually go get a drink. Because I feel like I'm going to need one. I'm so glad I did not play this at 7 in the morning. Oh. I would love to go to Berlin. I need a reason to go. But hold on, I'm going to go get a drink. I'll be back. I have returned. Hello. Sadly, I do not have the stuff here to make a Bloody Mary. I just went with Moscato. That's what I had in the fridge. Because if I wanted to make a drink, I'd still be in the kitchen. But I did grab some cherries, so I've got red cherries to supply blood. Well, this game just got interesting.
I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though. Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
I also just realized she has a collar and chain leading to his vest. Hey, Webble.
Wait a second. She's acting like this is all or nothing. Do or die. What I call that again? Maybe I ought to check my journal.
I don't want to have my own fun.
God, I
Immernacht
forgot
is
what it
the
was.
only place to be on Friday night.
Right? Yeah, they're that couple.
Wait a second. She's acting like this is all or... Maybe I ought to check my journal.
I don't want to.
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club, because we are now meeting you.
Hey, if meeting me makes her not better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him.
Okay.
Excuse me, friend. I hear you're the man to talk to around these parts.
Oh, here's a Nosferatu. Alright.
I'm here to see Andromachos.
Alright.
Have fun, mate.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
Cowboy, what about us?
Yeah, sure, they're friends of mine.
Have fun, mate.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dang, awful loud in here.
I've never been to Berlin. Now I feel like I need to
Come
go.
on, my liver, dance with us!
Oh, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this.
Wow.
I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, well, look at you.
Oh, hello.
We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s.
I'm sorry, what? Hi. I'm here to volunteer to be a vampire?
What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
I never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
She's branding herself a know-nothing. What I call that again? Well, hold on. What'd you just say?
I said I don't know any Sam Walls. I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are. Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
Also,
thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some gods, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
oh.
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience. He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Well, right? Y'all want to laugh? I literally almost spit out a cherry.
Bert?
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here.
Told you, Nosferatu.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
I literally almost spit out my food.
Have fun, mate.
Can you say more than one line?
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
This is how Blade started. Game?
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
Hi, Brandon. Sorry, I've also got a Target order en route, so...
Yes, I know
Oh,
who
hello.
you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our king. The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
Oh, good question. I'm gonna
I
say.
don't know that I can help myself, but I'm trying my best.
Then you have already learned the most important thing I can teach. We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
Okay, the therapist can get it.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless.
Okay.
Please, sit down. What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
No worries. I'm only on for a
Afraid
little
there ain't
bit.
much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
He's 200 years old, but he's so young.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
So, my question is, how did he travel from the US to Europe as a vampire, unattended, like, and he had a regular ticket. Did he just, like, how did that work? I need to know.
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give Walken the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better.
Sorry. Oh, Belkin works. Sorry. Apparently I'm not going to have peace while trying to play this game. What, in terms of
After
lore?
a few decades,
What
I
lore?
started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Also, can vampires be thinking creatures because you're undead and your brain stops working at a certain point?
Can you explain some of these patterns?
See, I'm going way too deep into this because my brain is now...
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I could try, though.
Hey, J.A. Thank you for 79 months.
See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry, tired, or something.
Hold that thought. I wish it would not do that.
And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
I don't know. They haven't really established the lore, but the fact that, you know, he's a cowboy vampire. He talks about the stuff he's done since he was turned. He seems to be very okay with having been turned into a vampire. But we haven't come across standard vampire lore, but he was a cowboy. So if it's modern day, he'd be a couple hundred years old, which is what he is talking about.
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Cognitive who's he what now?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do-or-die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder.
Oop, sorry. Almost everything I want at Target is out of stock, so this is fun.
But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marky Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marky was a bedroom name.
Well, now. Okay, then. Also, for mods, we might want a CW for this. Not for bad reasons, but this game's a little spicy.
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
That's it. I'm no good. I'm no good. I'm done. Okay. Well now. Sam, don't tell me you are scared of the dick. Hi, BJ.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mine. I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Nosferatu thinking?
It means you are thinking in black and white.
Where's Melissa when we need her?
I get it. That's pretty
Or
funny.
Jory?
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful.
You okay there, Jay?
Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
But yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
When you're a vampire, maybe.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking.
I had to text Melissa.
I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
I didn't come here for a test. The fuck?
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die. Death eventually comes for us all. Mortals will always fear our kind. Did you miss my Nosferatu thinking? Let me start over. If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
Is that Nosferatu thinking?
No, Samuel. In this case, I am not arguing with reality. If we do not drink blood, we die. This is a fact of being a vampire. Let us continue. Death eventually comes for us all. We are only trying to identify Nosferatu thinking right now. I will repeat myself.
Huh.
Death eventually comes for us all. Mortals will always fear our kind.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not.
Okay.
Always is such a terminal word, is it not? Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard.
Alright.
Once I got away, I realized how small-minded I was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling.
Okay.
You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill. For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin. But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had. See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements. I am so old, I am ancient. Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner. How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
Well, that's about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Is that a... what is that damn vampire movie? Is that a Twilight reference?
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time. It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Oh, interesting. The only reason I guessed that was because of Bella. Otherwise, I would not know anything about
Man,
Twilight.
it made me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush. What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy. Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
Why is this game coming for me?
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang. Maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be.
Right, VJ, like, oh, my heart.
Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
You're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful. The cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos. Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or
Right?
negative.
Right? Yo, VJ, I woke up literally with every joint hurting. I'm like, damn.
Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one.
Look, every joint said, we're reminding you of literally how old you are today.
The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
No, that's true.
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you could always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
Oh my god, Target literally does
It
not
was
have
just
anything
an
I
example,
want.
Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified. I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
I doubt you shall see it, son. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Oh, is that all? Hey, Safia. Hello.
Oh, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Ooh. Labels?
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand
It's Vampire
and accept
Therapist.
ourselves.
It just came out Thursday.
As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges.
Panda, do you mind grabbing the Steam link for it? I don't know if it's on other platforms, but it's like $15 on Steam.
One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
Huh. I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
I also didn't realize it was fully voiced, which I'm glad for.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. I will begin. If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Well, that ain't right. He's acting powerless, like a man clinging to the whiskey bottle. What Andromaco say that distortion was?
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Well, that there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet raped. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another.
Alright, I'll have to look on my phone because it does weird things when I tab out of the game. Oh, hi, Melissa. Let me check. My phone does not like the word crit. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm gonna play Elden with Thormengander later, and they just told me about the D&D game, and they seduced a dust devil. I need to know about this. It works. I would say, Oh no, Melissa. Hey, Tawane. That sounds good. And also, I thought you had Nightbot access. Remind me to fix that later.
I am Andromachus, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
Bro,
Well, that's
that ain't
definitely some
labeling.
intense labeling. But those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
That there's got to be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway.
Excuse me.
Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to
Thank
teach you
you.
my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Anything. I'm here to learn.
Oh, you just told an older vampire anything. Why would you do that? Why?
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Sir.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
Called out.
I have. I didn't even notice.
Scroll up. Panda just shared the Steam link. Not too long ago.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them.
Just like a vampire therapist in Steam.
You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance, drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Okay, then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
Bro, what are you
You
drinking?
don't have to call me sir, you know.
This just went somewhere else entirely.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Oh, God.
Andromachos.
Hey, Andromachos.
Oh. Poor
Just call
baby.
me Andy.
Oh, God, no.
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow, then.
You could not murder my name like that. I'm sorry. Okay. Game? Game? I was real concerned.
Dang, look at all them mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty. There ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on the dance floor. Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
Oh, come on, Sam.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again. How'd it go, cowboy?
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I'd better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems you vampires have a lot of problems to fix. Name's Crimson, by the way.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Is what now?
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar. Found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
Dang. Must have been a sight.
Sam, are we not as straight as we like to think?
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain. We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula. But what are you doing talking to me, cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Reinhard, look. It's the sexy old guy again.
Look, delivery.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you'll definitely get lucky.
Well, now.
Pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have all the sexy old men.
Oh my god.
All right, I'll buy it. Which of them old men are sexy?
I like Hamilton. His posture is just so powerful.
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
I feel like my Dragon Age companion should show up. The one that wants to sexualize the old man that looks like Vincent Price in Bellegarde, the necromancer.
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say, a snack?
Okay, you've got to be kidding me. No, not Eisenhower. Yes.
I get it. You like older men. I ain't buying you a drink. I think I'd be insulting your economic status.
Not insulting your economic
Mein
status.
Lieber, don't worry about us. We just like to feel special. We have lucrative jobs in IT.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe you can help me. See, my printer
Oh my
died
god,
again.
no.
I'm getting real tired of these things.
Not asking for help for your printer.
Please, we are here to party. But get a laser printer.
Well, thanks for the tip. That ink seems to be more valuable than blood. I ain't buying you a drink. This stuff's terrible for you.
Are you making a joke? We are at a bar.
I mean,
It's okay. He's just trying to be protective. Aren't you, Opa?
You know, I think the drinks here ain't strong enough for you two. I ain't buying you a drink. You ain't exactly my type.
which one?
Oh, we don't want to marry you. We just want to have fun with you.
I don't see why they couldn't. Starion drinks wine in BG3. And I feel like an interview with a vampire, they still drink.
You kids are too much. Well, these kids just ain't gonna leave me alone.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Dang, really? Ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Call it a drink exchange.
Oh.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here. Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink
I'm sorry, the
room?
what now? Excuse me, the what?
Wait, kink room?
Uh-huh. You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
Well,
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
not him correcting me. Well,
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you. Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting lucky then.
right, I mean, you can just post the content warning. It doesn't need to have the extra part about you not having access to my butt. Or you know what? I can do this myself. Hold on a second. Let me just make this in the bot really quick. Overtly sexual themes, including kink. Consensual sharing of blood and more.
My neck throbs with anticipation.
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
The new command is exclamation VTCW.
I knew a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring.
Yeah, well, you got me pegged.
Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
Well, I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into Biden.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me? with
I need
those?
these people.
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Damn.
Oh, me.
Sir.
Well, step right on up.
Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt.
Why am I getting a controller prompt? I'm not even using a controller.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
Sure thing. Come on over.
Oh, Reinhardt. The hot old vampire wore me out.
I am very confused
Me
by
too,
this.
Maxi. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
Reinhardt, mein Sucke Fledermaus. Ich bin so müde, sexy zu sein.
I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen. Und du, cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah, sure thing, fella. You can help me with my new laser printer.
Oh my god, Sam.
Now that I've had something to drink, I should probably get to my coffin.
Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Was planning to? Is that what that means?
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center. Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Zucker Fledermaus. Wow.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
His. Hold on, let's just roll back a second to guest coffin. He has a guest coffin?
Well, dang. This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins.
Not a smart coffin.
Let's see what's on TV. Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation.
I cannot.
Not sure I should stay up watching movies, though.
Not we finally got some representations. I know.
Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
Right.
Samuel, good evening. I hope you slept well.
Keeping an eye on my phone because the doorbell's gonna ring any moment.
Like the dead, as they say.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I have already sent them on their way.
Also, it looks like daylight streaming in this room.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night.
I don't remember Abby.
Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
If you like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important
Hey,
to
Casey.
you?
Thank you for the raid. Hello, hello. We're doing our vampiric best to get therapy and be a therapist. But welcome on in, everybody.
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like. Being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time.
What were you up to,
Ain't
Casey?
no way to live.
If you can get a shout out for Casey Explosion, he was lovely.
When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to
Can
you?
you check and make sure people can talk in the channel? Ooh, Gestalt, Steam, and Cinder. Ooh, that sounds interesting. One moment. Oh, and the ad, right? Ad. 1 second. No, you don't have to, it's not follower only chat, so.
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak. dating
Welcome on
little
in,
high schoolers.
Raiders. I'm sure
Gotta make them
Melissa.
see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
Entryway intercom.
Mods, if you could mind chat for a minute, my target order's here. Hey, Maridu. All right, enjoy dinner. Casey, thank you again for bringing your folks over. I appreciate it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
Not mortal high schoolers.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive, yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something.
70 months, holy shit.
Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients. You will do what you can do, and that is enough. But I am eager to learn how you developed this desire to help our king find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first emailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire.
Think so?
When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed.
Oh, Sam, are we labeling?
It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? It's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no-account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch, dumbest thing. Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
But also, is he thinking about it in present tense or past tense?
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
Oh.
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Sam.
Jesus, why is this
How
game
are you
coming for
on to
me?
being a nasty
Hey,
son of a
Base.
bitch if you are labeling yourself?
Why? Why is the game coming for me like this? Jesus. Why? Like, I'm just sitting here minding my business, trying to have some good times as a vampire, and here we are. Oh yeah, it's, so just so those know, the game is spicy. We went to a kink club in our first night of being here with this person. I know, but I was like, Jesus, I didn't expect it to come for me that quickly.
If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them and for yourself. So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please,
I'm just sitting here
tell me,
minding my
how did you
business.
find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending and the Pinkertons were starting to get
Not
the
the
better of the gang.
Pinkertons. Not the Pinkertons. I didn't expect the Pinkertons. Because I thought the Pinkertons were not real.
I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me.
Yeah, now I know they're real. At first I didn't think they were real.
They taught me how to appreciate
I
the
forgot
beauty
that
of
you
the
were
night,
a
and I
therapist,
started
Rat.
seeing things I'd
Are you
never
gonna play
noticed
this?
before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them. I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
This is definitely not a morning stream
These
kind
must
of
have been
game.
the 19th century
Is you,
American
Rat,
transcendentalists, yes?
if Jory was here. Transcendentalists?
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think. I walked in nature for about 90 years and just took in all the grace and beauty of my country.
So also, not to be that person, but at the time he would have lived, he wouldn't have been probably comfortable with the black person, but he had no problem with the bartender. He's literally a cowboy. So my brain is just, you would, if the only black people he would have seen probably would have been barely freed slaves.
I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the Transcendentalists helped me.
Yeah, true.
Why?
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements are another cognitive distortion, something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you. Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure. And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
This game really came for everybody's throat. Hey, Sleazy.
You got
Thank
that
you for your
right.
resub.
Why do today what you could do next
Are my
century?
alerts off? My alerts must be off.
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
I mean, Sam seems to have been a cowboy and more of an outlaw than a
Of
cowboy.
course, there are things
He
we
was
must
alive.
do. But nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise.
It was more a statement on, as old as he is as a vampire, there's some shit that seems like it should bother him. And it didn't. Which I'm glad they didn't manufacture in the game, because it would have taken away from the point. It was just something I thought of because I'm me. Also because I'm a writer.
Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood. I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date. I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases. Did you miss my should statement? Let's try again. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
That's the one. No one should go to a dentist. Goddamn butchers.
That is not true. We have to go to the dentist. Our teeth are important to us.
Wow, even vampires got to deal with luxury bones.
How long has it been since you've seen the dentist, Samuel?
No, not since the Civil War, and I'd rather keep it that way.
How do you still have fangs in your head?
We'll talk about that in another session. Let's try again. I should drink blood today.
Well, I guess if you don't want to drink blood, you don't have to.
But I'll die if I don't. Permanently.
So, I guess you should drink blood.
Mm-hmm. Try again. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You turn something you want to do into something you have to do.
That's right, Samuel. You know,
I
I couldn't be more
don't know how I
pleased
feel
with
about
you.
that one.
Your time in nature was clearly well spent.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself.
Andromacos. Huh.
I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Why is this rusty ass cowboy everybody's type? Everybody's been trying to fuck this man since we started the game.
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
Oh my god.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner.
Oh, there's Polly here. This man really good. His head's gonna explode.
Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
This man don't know what to do with himself. Poly, kink, queerness. Ain't been in Europe 2 days.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time
They're gonna
I say
find out this
something
man has a
positive,
hidden
you find a
praise
way to
kink.
negate it.
What do you want to bet? We're gonna find out he has a hidden praise kink, isn't he? Oh, I'm screenshotting that. Look, I'm playing the therapist game, so y'all knew what you were getting. You showed up here.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first
Here
50
we
years
go.
killing, spent the next 90 walking in the woods.
Also, at what point do vampires stop looking their age? So is it vampire lore that you looked the age you were when you returned? Because how old was he? He's got gray hair, so does Andromacos.
I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either.
Having met saints, excuse me.
I understand your discomfort, Sam. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
If I could get turned, but also be in better shape, because I don't want to be turned and be stuck with this decaying meat suit.
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive. I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality, with both its positive and negative aspects. I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive
Maybe.
ones. Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds.
Yeah, I don't know if they're following Lost Boys lore, though. Oh, B, I don't know if you'll be around, but I will be at TwitchCon.
I am Andromachos, one of the most powerful vampires alive. Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things. I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people.
Yes.
The good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
That's the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you've done.
Well done, Sam. I believe the recognition of this
Oh.
distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients.
Holstered up. I have recognized 5 qualitative distortions. Cognitive distortions.
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
Yeah, TwitchCon is back in San Diego, I think, for the next 3 to 4 years. I'll be glad when the schedule comes
Tomorrow.
out.
I just don't feel ready yet.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
Yeah, I think I could usually help.
Very well, Samuel. Let's try some examples. I will give you a statement, and you find the cognitive distortion in it.
Oh boy.
I am far sexier than movie vampires. Therefore, I should be a movie star. This should be an easy one, Samuel. The distortion I am displaying is right in the name. Try once more. I am far sexier than movie vampires.
Oh yeah, that's an easy one. That's a should statement right there. But you're not insecure enough to be an actor anyway.
Wow. Wow. Rude.
Excellent, Samuel. Would you like another exercise?
Let's do one more.
If I cannot consume high-quality blood, I might as well drink blood from
Oh.
Florida.
What did Florida do to these people?
That's Nosferatu thinking, ain't it?
Correct, Samuel. That being said, I am sure there is still decent blood to drink in Florida, but I would bring a test kit anyway.
Like, damn, what did
Would you like
Florida do
another
to you?
exercise?
I think I'm good.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get the liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
Get a leader, huh?
How much is a liter?
Oh my god. Sir. Sir.
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired. Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
Oh, we don't get to chomp on the goths anymore.
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift. All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
Oh.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
You barely require my aid as it is. If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically.
I'm sorry, the who's what now?
Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you. Let us look at your first client's case file.
Dr. Drain, huh? You ain't got no first name?
Oh.
Many vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a certain age.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Also, he's got a really nice handwriting for somebody who hadn't learned till recently.
Indeed, you catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive. I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
But
Samuel, I know you can handle this. Be yourself, and all will be well.
Satan
No.
bless it all, I hate flying.
Oh, okay then.
Hey there. God's blood, what on earth are you?
Rude.
My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you.
You know what? I got a prescription for you. It's called a steak.
Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff,
What
aren't
the
you?
fuck are you here for?
And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee. Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Annie.
Are you all right, Samuel?
You gave me this fella as my first client?
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
Jesus.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Use your instincts, Sam. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
I think he needs a dang reality check, charging at me like an undersexed bull.
If you tried to give an undersexed bull a reality check, that would not change the fact that it is undersexed. How did the transcendentalists approach you when you were a wilder man, Samuel?
Yeah, I get it. I'm sure this fella's come here with problems. I can't be surprised when they show up. I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Sam. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
So, what? I just let him complain?
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
Okay.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
Well, are you just going to sit there? I was just gonna ask how your trip here was. My trip? My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat. I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me? Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey.
Dude.
I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform. All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway. You all right there, pal?
You better not you got that all out?
Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you read my case file and know why I'm here? You're here for an addiction problem. Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it? Well, what's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him.
Well,
Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime.
wow, you are so chipper.
Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead.
So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks. Whatever one does to make addictions go away.
Oh, buddy, it's not that simple.
Tips? Let me think.
Also, you could have Googled this shit.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you. But I'm here to listen.
You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Like partner, but not with a T.
And I know how you English love your tea.
Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone. I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing.
Tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to?
It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals.
You're losing me.
Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive.
He's lost me. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do. I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
Don't they already have synthetic blood?
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc.
Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to. Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace.
Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with the synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre.
Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I'm in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem.
Jesus.
Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
Sorry I'm not talking much because the game is fully voiced. I didn't expect that.
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best. Now, hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure. But it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure.
I am a realist, that's all. Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
Let me aid you, Samuel. Our doctor friend is using belittling language. What kind of distortion does that indicate?
Look at me.
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set.
Perhaps, but if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little.
Okay.
But you know something.
Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years.
You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though.
I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Well, who said you should have achieved more?
Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work.
And what happens if you don't?
absolutely nothing at all. Well, that's my point. That is not as encouraging as you think it is.
Well, now.
Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality. Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
Okay.
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood. It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience. Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated. Sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself. Please, I'm a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding. And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding?
Well.
No, of course not. I'm not a wizard.
Wow, the way he said wizard.
So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc? That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance. Now, why would you go and label yourself irrelevant? What else do you call the man who has nothing to show after 400 years? I reckon I'd call him by his given name. Slapping a label on yourself don't do nothing but weigh you down. Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic.
A little?
Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy. That ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Wow.
Yes, yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are. But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug. Well, so what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it? I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive. Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man.
I don't think he's talking about a nap, my friend.
I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else. Someone who lives. And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed. You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night? Oh, nothing of the sort.
Sir.
Oh well, I'm glad to hear that. You're assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself. Oh wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep? Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
Bro.
So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere.
Why is this game coming for me?
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
Ooh.
Come on now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people. Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call them, might even be a different degree of depressed? Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole. Mild is putting it mildly, Buckaroo. Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed.
Can I just break his fangs off?
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
Dr. Drain is calling himself a whiner for being sad. If he is trying to bully himself into being happy, he has clearly met with minimal success.
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard. Now, why'd you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner? Is that not what I currently am? Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label. Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer. Moaning, whinging, bellyaching, still all just labels. I don't believe I shall be using the term bellyaching in any case.
His best is not good enough in this moment.
But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like. So you're telling me you feel good when you wake up, and then you call yourself an ignoramus? Before you even get a chance to reflect on feeling good, you're insulting yourself. That's what I like to call disqualifying the positive. I'm simply stating facts. Stating facts shouldn't impede an argument. What good is that fact doing anyone? It's about as useful as an empty holster. Lest I somehow forget that you were a cowboy.
Jesus.
About this drug, though. Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience. I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy. Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need and it makes you feel good. What's the problem? First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides. What kind of downsides? I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex.
Oh.
Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
Oh no, Melissa. What? Why do you say oh no?
I guess you must be having some kind of good time. That is not my idea of a good time. I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster.
Ah, the root of this. He hates himself for being a vampire.
I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood.
Right, he said football jersey like it was a filthy word.
It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things. Well, I should be better at it. You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shooting all over yourself. Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts? I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years. It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas. Heck, we're dead men. That's traumatic no matter what. But what we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, all right, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff. Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all.
You are such a pain in the ass.
Is that actually gonna happen, though? It might. You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you? I was thinking about it. All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking. I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. More pleasant ones, mind. You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am. Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect. I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, Sam.
4 weeks? The hell?
Masterfully done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster to a gunslinger's hip. It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling. But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin.
One client is like, okay, go get a snack.
Next week you shall see a new client. I think there will be an interesting challenge for you. I bid you good evening, Samuel. Rest in peace.
You too, Andy. Well, guess it's time I got me some grub.
Oh, do we actually get to see him hunting?
Well, that's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already. Sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
Well, if it isn't Yosemite Sam.
Not Yosemite Sam.
I'm better already hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more, polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Oh, maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Oh, yeah? How do you think it went?
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end. You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive, kapow.
My God.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their properties.
I love how Kelly said that she was almost done like 2 hours ago and she's still on.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light. Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyone ever tell you you're wise beyond your years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
Mid-30s, maybe?
Shot me right in the heart, cowboy.
Dang, what I meant to say was...
I'm just messing with you. I'm 50 years young.
Damn, black don't really crack.
50? I died around that age and I looked like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me
Hey,
too.
Kelly,
Just
that's funny. I
not
literally
enough to
just
turn me
mentioned
into one of
you.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
Hello. Hi, Hall.
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Oh, no.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night.
Please go eat. Thank you for rating.
Andy told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Ooh, it's fancy.
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood. Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
Not the shade about Americans and sugar and sweet. Wow. Wow. Jesus.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
Hey, Jory. Were you playing this too? Hi, Short Bud. Hey, Carrot.
To me,
Welcome on in, Double
it
Raids.
tastes like life itself, cowboy.
For anyone who doesn't know me from either Jory or Opera Geeks Raid, my name is Cypher. I do a lot of variety, and this unplanned TBD stream for today is Vampire Therapist. We do have a CW for it. If it's really spicy, so if that's not your thing, you are forewarned. But welcome on in, Raiders. Come in, get cozy, hit that follow button, double tap the icon with my picture, and get settled in.
I ain't sure I understand.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
Oh, of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Oh, is it? So we don't get to show being bitten or biting anymore.
There he is, my incredible protege.
How far did you get, Jory? Also, Jory, how are you feeling about this game as someone in the field?
Come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing.
1 second. I realized I've been sitting here all this time without a back pillow. Oh my god, this is so much better.
Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend.
Oh.
Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
All right, I get it. I guess I've been muddling through okay.
You've been doing wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight.
Oh no.
Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult.
Oh, okay. So this is only my second new client, so you won't get
Here,
spoiled for
look at
anything.
your intake form.
Isabella Desday. Dang, she's got some funny tasting hats.
Wow, funding Da Vinci, Michelangelo.
I think you should get along quite well then.
Wow.
Walked right into that one.
So how would you be licensed as a vampire? What's the over-under somebody's going to do fan art of a starring as a vampire therapist?
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe. She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded
Oh, I
great
know.
power over the art world. Some say that she was the
Oh
mother
my
for the Mona
god.
Lisa.
Idea. Hey, Fair. Yeah, we know Fair.
One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me much.
She is as human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find the way
Alright,
to
how's
relate
your
with her.
afternoon going?
If you say so.
A starring should not be anyone's therapy.
Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost. You
He
are not
needs
alone.
therapy. He shouldn't be someone's therapy.
But I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel.
He's a vampire. He doesn't need to breathe.
Oh, and do be polite.
Goodness. So
Wow,
you
not
are
that
the
face.
therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not expecting someone
Did she
so
just step out of like a Renaissance painting?
Sam Wall's at your service, ma'am.
You are a therapist.
Well, that's what I'm here for, ma'am.
Enough with this, ma'am. I am not running a whorehouse. You may call me Senora.
All right, Senora.
You have seen my what? Have you been peeking under my skirt?
Oh my
young man?
god.
What are you talking about, lady?
Signora. Say it.
Wow.
Signora.
He's trying his best.
Signora. Signora.
Signora?
Porca miseria. This is not going to be easy, is it?
Therapy ain't never easy, Senora.
So, therapy is always easy then.
Literally, that's not what he said.
I said it ain't never easy, Senora.
Wow, she's difficult.
Is therapy easy or is it not?
Not, I guess.
She's annoying me already.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Senora. I am most honored to receive you in my humble office.
Very well. I suppose it will do.
I want to stake her.
I'm just here to help, Senora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
A tough time. Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time.
So what set off this feeling that you're a corpse?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Hey, I love the cinema.
Oh god.
I can't get enough Hollywood. All that glitz and glamour. Them celebrities sure know how to look good.
Per favore, they look like employees of a peacock brothel.
Well,
The battle between licentiousness and chastity has ended, and chastity has been utterly degraded on the battlefield. They should be ashamed of themselves, parading their young flesh for the adulation of fools.
wow, okay.
I could teach them about proper fashion, but alas, they would be incapable of hearing my wisdom.
I can tell I'm barking up the wrong tree here. Let's go back to this movie you saw at the cinema.
It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core. The pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later.
What did you see?
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
This film was not powerful, it was meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible. And the audience, Fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind. I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Space
Oh
Walker.
my Jesus fucking Christ. Are we seriousing right now? Bye, Jax.
Well, wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
But that's the movie that gave you your personal crisis?
Mind your tone. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art. But the money it made, it would make even the Pope blush. This stinking trash. This is what the people
Oh,
want.
everyone's a critic.
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
Yeah.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
As time moves on, lady.
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters? It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth.
You're saying art should have meaning and purpose. But does all art need those things?
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
How about if I just like doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
It is a pointless reason.
Well, maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is that I don't have the same shoulds you do.
Perhaps you should.
Wow. Wow.
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Which is a speak like a peasant.
Heck, that's what I am, senor. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying.
Wow.
But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should
I'll
walk
hold
into
the door
sun.
for you. I'll hold the door for you.
Now, why have you gotta go and call yourself names?
They are not names, they are my reality. I am a dead woman, and I am a corpse, am I not?
Is that all you are?
This is how I am defined by the world.
Seems to me you're the one using them names. Hell, I think I'd be a little afraid of calling you a corpse.
As you should be. Allow me to continue.
Just a sec, senora. You're a smart lady, but you've been saying some stuff that just ain't true. Let's go over what you just said.
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead. Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now? was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
It was all for nothing, she says, as though she has left nothing behind for the world. Senora Destiny is cruel to herself indeed, don't you think?
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
So let me get this straight. For you, the Mona Lisa is good if it's only ever a painting.
Of course. Those of us who are educated know the way things should be and when they fall short.
So there's perfect and not perfect for you, huh?
Yes. How clever of you to understand the difference.
You're not giving yourself a lot of room in between, are you?
No, there is no in-between.
No, please go take a nap. You're welcome.
There ain't
I'm
much
not going to
that's
be on
perfect
too
in
much
this world,
longer because
Senora.
it
You
is
must be disappointed a lot of the time.
dinner o'clock soon, or early dinner o'clock.
You have no idea. But as I was saying,
I mean,
it should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth. But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking
Wait, didn't we
corpse
do this
who's not
already?
worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
Just a sec, Senora. You're a smart lady, but
Wait,
you've been
we
saying
already
some stuff
did
that just
this
ain't true.
line.
Let's go over what you just said.
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
You don't seem that dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? Ain't just lying there decomposing.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
for all the use you are right now, you should be.
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You're here. But let's go back to what you were saying.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
All the world benefited? There's a lot of people, and they got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
But I could, once upon a time.
You can't reach everybody, Senora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
Oh, how wonderful. You add to my despair.
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about the so-called great masters.
We only know what we know. But you were saying.
You know, you make me sound rather mad. Like an old woman railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all. You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're going to be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
But what happened when you were 16?
I got married.
Well,
I think I get it.
You absolutely do not get it. You are a man.
Well then, help me understand.
Frankie, my husband, he taught me the meaning of disappointment. He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values. Truth, beauty, the spiritual. They were all fiction. But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all. Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition. This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. To live according to our natures. Our true natures.
You mean being vampires?
Come now, boy. Nothing could be further from natural. All this foolish hissing and copulation and blood drinking does not bring us closer to God. But it does give us more time to find the path.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible. I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice. I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them. I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
Wow.
I have always known we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more.
I think this here's the meat of it, Senora. The filet mignon.
I fear your French is even worse than your Italian.
Here's the thing, Senora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God?
Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Aquinas.
Sounds like a bunch of dead guys to me. They really had it all figured out way back when, huh?
Well, of course not. How foolish do you think me?
Well.
Not at all, Senora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. But let's keep going. These things here, you've always known. I gotta challenge them, Senora. Let's talk about what you just said.
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
You really think we've got that much control, Senora? All we gotta do is be perfect, and then we've got our pathway to the
Ooh,
Almighty.
this is some problematic shit.
Yes, it seems quite clear.
It's kind of relevant to what's going on now, actually.
Senora, if that's how it is, it ain't no wonder you ain't forgiving yourself or anyone for the slightest mistakes. I would ask myself if anyone really has that much control. But keep talking.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
You know there have been many entities over time that have tried to control humanity. They have all failed, and the Senora would do well to remember it.
I have always known we must...
You've been around a while, Senora. In all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts?
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
All right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years, right? Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that?
An evil thought, Mr. Sam Walls, but true, I concede.
We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's gonna change because of you. Well, let's keep going.
Oh God.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
Hold up just a sec there, cowpoke. You really think all we can do is sow death and destruction?
I do not poke cows. Do I look like a
God,
farmer?
Come on, Senora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die? You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history.
Well, most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue.
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
Sounds to me like you're coming up with labels for kicking people out of the Garden of Eden. Is that all we amount to? Fat and lazy?
Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features. Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
Not with that attitude, I won't.
Well, sure, why the heck not?
I am glad you are not the gatekeeper then.
You rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, Senora, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels. Well, let's keep talking, though.
Oh my gosh, he's so difficult.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won?
No.
That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction.
Then why
all my
are you
life.
here?
Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reach the end, we would discover that he, too, was a work of fiction.
Then why are you here?
When I say God, I mean goodness, propriety, intelligence. God himself is alive.
I see. So you've lost your faith.
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body.
I really hate her. Can I just put a stake through her heart and end this for her? Because she's a miserable old bitch.
Beauty and truth are lies. While we occupy ourselves
Oh no, it
chasing
just
those
does that
ideals,
when you tab
they
out.
create space wars to leech our money and our vitality.
Wow.
And to think they call me judgmental, or they created the false ideal to judge against.
Now I want to stake her in the heart and save us all from her. She's miserable.
You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
Yes, because you keep calling me boy.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly.
Oh, I would.
Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself. I know you got raised with all them high ideals, so of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure, not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are gonna be.
This is not acceptable.
Hold on, I know this one. What the heck she mean it's unacceptable to not be in control all the time? Let's say that again, Senora.
I said it is not acceptable for things to be as they are.
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really has the power to change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
But the world is base and unworthy.
Then leave.
Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that.
And this is why I'm not a therapist, because I don't have the patience for this shit.
The world's a lot more than just base and unworthy.
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
Good night, Jay.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't
Sleep
it?
well.
I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom in the way you speak.
Thanks, I guess.
Very well, boy. I will consider what you have said. We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, indeedy, Senora.
Ugh. Please learn to speak properly by then.
See? This...
Well done, Samuel.
Hey,
I
Red.
believe you handled Senora Deste quite well.
Thank you for 6 months.
You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
How's your evening going?
Samuel, if Isabella Deste hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
That I believe.
Older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel Walls.
Oh, Red, this game is coming for all of us. It's called Everybody Out. Okay, Melissa, I need expounding on that because, my God, I want to shank her and save us all a problem. Also, I should take a break and get water in a minute.
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Senora called it.
Do not adopt her labels, Samuel. I would not stand for it.
Oh, hey, Misty has
I
rated
chose
us.
a challenge, but you rose to it as I knew you would.
Welcome on in, Raiders. How was the game? How did you all do? I'm going to get a shout out for Imperial and for Bad Assassin.
I think you deserve a night of hard drinking. What do you say?
Hard drinking, you say?
You don't need to tell me twice.
Hello, hello. Hey, Linoleum Bob. How the
Alright,
hell
Andy.
are you?
I'll see you later then.
How was the game? How did you all do? Did you all die? Was it
Indeed,
TPK?
Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight. Rest in peace.
He keeps telling me that. I'm like, am I about to die for real? Hi, Steph. I'm a vampire therapist, and this game is coming for everybody.
Dang, I think that's enough abuse for one night. I could use a drink and a quiet night.
Oh, the vampire therapist, the ancient vampire.
Hey, cowboy. Why the long face?
Also, Crimson could get it any conceivable way they would like.
I used to say the same thing to my princess.
Your daughter.
My horse, actually. She never really understood the joke, but I still like telling it to her.
You didn't answer my question, Gunslinger. What's got you down?
Oh, I just finished up with my second client. She gave me a tongue lashing to remember her by.
Welcome on in, Raiders. Thanks for coming in. Get cozy. Hit the live icon twice for your viewed account. And we're being a vampire therapist, so this is going to be a lot.
You ever talk to someone who's so educated and refined that they make you feel like a space alien?
Only everyone I ever met in law school. At least until I learned to speak their language.
You're a lawyer?
Was, and no, I wasn't the blood-sucking kind before you start with the vampire jokes. Just a wide-eyed DC do-gooder. But I get what you're talking about. People can use language like a membership card.
Oh.
You don't speak the lingo, you don't get in.
Well, that's just what I mean. I just ain't sure I've got the lingo for a 500-year-old high society Renaissance woman.
Well, how do you think your session went? Think she heard you?
That lady was ripping into me from the moment I saw her. She was calling me peasant like it was the worst thing a person could be. She looked at me like I was a dog that had just done its business on the carpet. How am I supposed to get through to someone who doesn't respect me?
Oh.
Well, let me ask you this. Is she coming back?
Well, yeah, she said she was coming back next month.
Sounds like her words and her actions aren't lining up. Far as you know, she could have a crush
Oh,
on you.
God, no. No, thank you.
I doubt that's it. But you got a point there. If she'd gotten nothing out of our session, I doubt I'd be seeing her again. Maybe I'm just tired. I could use a drink.
What are you in the mood for? Men? Women? Something a little more off the beaten path?
Well, then. Oh, yeah, by the way, this is a very spicy game, just so you all know.
I think I'll have some takeaway tonight. What have you got?
Not takeaway. I'm no good. He asked for takeaway. What do you think this is? Takeaway. Oh, Red, we came up with an idea earlier. At first I said Astarion as the vampire therapist, and then someone else was like, no, he needs to be the client.
Here, try this. Should put some color in those cheeks.
You really ain't squeamish, huh, Crimson?
Nah, healthy blood never hurt anyone. I've been hanging around vampires for 20 years, and they aren't so scary.
Not even Bert.
What, that old pointy-eared teddy bear? He's a total sweetheart, unless someone gets aggressive or touchy with the customers.
Ooh, yes.
What does he do then?
They get a stern warning.
And if they don't listen?
Why, then he eats them.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, maybe he is a teddy bear. I met Teddy Roosevelt back in the night, and I'm pretty sure he would have done the same thing.
Oh, God. Hey, Bottle.
Speaking of which, I got a thirst something fierce. I think I'll head back to my coffin for a little rest. But you have a good night, Crimson.
You too, Sam. Don't let the Draculas bite.
Woody, though?
Time to crack open a warm one.
Oh, my God. Halson as a therapist and Astarion as his client.
That's the good stuff. Now, maybe I can find a quote from one of my favorite books that'll help give me a little inspiration.
I don't know, Tab, especially if Tab is a dark urge. Tab would be kind of fucked up.
Or I could watch the Three Stooges hit each other a whole bunch. Or I could just go to sleep. What's it gonna be, Sammy boy?
Read some Thoreau. Oh God,
My
no.
profession is to be always on the alert, to find God in nature, to know his lurking places.
I always like that quote. I ain't a God-fearing kind, but it's true. There's a natural beauty behind the man-made world if you know where to look.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Isabella D'Este's all culture and breeding, but underneath, she's got her vulnerable and beautiful humanity too. I just gotta remember that. All right, that's enough for one night. Time for some rest. I hope my next climb will be a little easier.
You read one line of Thoreau. All right, one more client, and I'm gonna call it so I can go eat.
Samuel, good evening. I am glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept.
Uh-oh, something tells me I'm in for it tonight.
The truth is seldom unseen by you, my friend. Tonight, you face perhaps one of the most difficult challenges a therapist can face. The fact that you may not be able
Wow,
to help
Jory.
In truth, I have failed to help clients with this
Oh,
particular
no.
disposition many times.
No.
Hey, I'm new at this. You're nigh on 3,000 years old. If you can't help them, how can I?
It's not guaranteed that we can help every client. To think we are powerless to help any is a cognitive distortion itself. I believe you know it. Come now, Samuel, you are more capable than this. What distortion is it to believe that we cannot help anyone?
Yeah, all right. Control fallacy, I know. I can help some folk.
That's right. Here, take a look at this case file.
Theater feller, huh? I've known a few of them in my time. They can be a little, self-absorbed.
Alcoholism, sex scandals, and entitled behavior.
He's looking for therapy because people don't like him, it says?
Hey, face on. Not the Kobayashi
He is one of
Maru.
the most revered actors in all of history.
So he might have a few cognitive distortions.
A few. He may not recognize them, Samuel, but all you can do is present reality to him.
Well,
He comes. Remember, I will give you whatever advice I can. Good luck, my friend.
I feel like I'm going to need a drink after this dude. Alright, ads are on. So I'm going to take this opportunity to go get some water. I will be right back. No worries, Red. Have a good sleep. And I'll throw you the VOD once I'm done. But I need water. This game is a lot, even though it's not a lot of talking. I need water, so BRB. I'm back. Sorry for the yawn. Thank you. Also, who remembers Clearly Canadian?
I hope I'm up to this.
What is this vampire I see before me?
Sir, do you not know what you are too?
I'm Sam Walls. I'm your new therapist.
Your dress, your bearing, your hat. You also are forgotten by time. Oh, how fortuitous. A kindred spirit, perhaps. A therapist should know pain, I say. Most excellent.
Oh no.
Tarnation. Can't get a break with this here hat of mine.
No, no, it's perfect. Do not change a single thing. It gives me faith. Faith, my dear vampire, that you can help me.
I am afraid.
I'm gonna do everything I can. I promise you that, amigo.
Do not do so lightly. Darkness dwells within my damned soul. You journey into my pain at your peril, and I cannot be your Virgil.
Oh
You're who
my.
now? Anyway, you wrote in your intake form that you're here because...
I have nothing. I'm just here, like...
Mortals don't appreciate you, you said.
Maybe see.
Indeed, and I fear they cannot. They must die to appreciate life. As mortals, they cannot ask the immortal questions. What is life for us who do not live? Why are we here? Why do we continue? What do we do when death has no meaning?
Okay. Calm down there, Edgar Allan Poe.
And what a piece of work is Vampire. How noble in stature, how infinite in life.
Sir, I need you to calm down.
All right, that's enough of that. Before we answer the question of why we're all here, why are you here? Well, that is, what exactly drove you to me, partner?
Oh, that. Well, pustule of a theatre historian I recently seduced and killed sprang the seeds of doubt in mine corpus.
Wait. Okay.
He was writing a biography of the great Edmund Kean, and I thought mayhap that I would favor him with a secret or two.
So you killed him.
He said my acting style would now be considered archaic. Though I drank him to the last, I fear his cruel barb was sharper than my fangs. This embossed carbuncle of corrupted blood caused me to doubt myself.
I mean...
Are all men such fools? Will I ever find my audience again? Or did they die long, long ago? Help me purge these mortal concerns from my mind, dear man.
So far, I wanted to stake 3 of 3 clients.
We're always gonna have doubts, compadre. That's normal. But I think I can help you see things a little differently. So, you said your acting's out of date. Why don't you just tell me why it bothered you so much?
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
hold on a sec there, partner. Acting became a noble craft because of you? That's a lot of control over a whole skill.
Yes, impressive, isn't it? So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so lives mine art, and this gives life to thee.
Hey, Brianna.
Well, those are some pretty words. You make that up yourself?
It is the bard himself, boor.
Well, maybe he had something to do with the development of your craft then. It ain't been just you.
Well, naturally. But Shakespeare's works are simply words upon a page without me.
Oh, I see.
Compadre, I think you know he gave you a leg up in your career. You can share in the success a little.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the
Oh
path for
my
them to follow.
God. I don't know which one this is. I don't know if it's labeling or should, because I think we already picked control fallacy.
Well, wait a minute. You're saying that every actor's success comes straight from you?
Of course. Even the greatest among
Oh
my
my
art would have
God.
been consigned to obscurity had it not been for my advancements.
Every single one of them ain't had nothing of their own to give to the theater?
Well, I suppose one or two actors in the last 300 years have impressed me.
You're not even 300 years old. You're only 237. I read your dossier.
Well, don't you think they deserve their own success?
I suppose mortals are owed their 15 minutes of fame. One must have some pity for them. We are not monsters.
Wow.
But the actors of modern times, they are shallow, beggarly parrots. Parrots who screech the lines, but do they know them? Do they feel as we feel?
Edmund is doing a lot of name calling, isn't he? What else
See, I
might
didn't
we
think it
call
was name calling because he was talking about other people.
But the actors of modern times, they are shallow, beggarly parrots. Parrots who screech the lines, but do they know them? Do they feel as we feel?
So you're saying modern actors are parrots?
Indeed, they are only mimics, and thus no better than a well-trained bird.
You don't think they're actually birds, do you?
My dear boy, they live such short lives. What else can they do but ape the words and actions of their forebears?
You look like you escaped from Interview with a Vampire. Maybe you shouldn't be talking.
But when you call them birds, you're just labeling them that. You ain't giving them a fair shot.
Oh, come now. I was clearly employing a little dramatic license.
Okay, Dorian, calm down.
But we're here to talk about truth, all right, compadre?
It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone. Acting does not evolve without me.
You're saying only you can change the course of acting?
It is demonstrably true. There is acting before Edmund Kean, and there is acting after Edmund Kean.
There's no helping him.
But there's so many types of acting out there. I mean, I remember when vaudeville came out, but I don't think you had anything to do with that.
Vaudeville? Oh, like so many American arts, an art of the grotesque. You plunge a dagger into the heart of subtlety.
Wow.
So you didn't have nothing to do with vaudeville?
Oh, devils below, no.
I mean, you got a little control fallacy, hombre. Mortals got wills of their own.
Indeed. I suppose I don't want any responsibility for the things the Americans create anyway.
Wow, fuck you too, buddy.
These critics should honor me, as is my due.
But you're saying critics should honor you. Well, what happens if they don't?
And they are
Right?
not doing their jobs properly. I do not ask for their laudations without cause. But if a so-called critic does not recognize my contributions to the theater, what do they know of the theater?
Buddy?
Maybe they just got different tastes.
Uneducated taste, perhaps.
Wow. Steven, earlier I had to go get a drink just in the beginning of the game.
If they are just uneducated, why should they appreciate you?
He's got you there.
An interesting point. I suppose I cannot blame them. Thou fiend! You are cruel indeed to beat a man when he is at his most vulnerable.
No, it's called hitting you with facts.
I am here so you may help me cope with a world that has gone mad. Not so you might attack my every word.
Well, about that.
I'm doing no such thing. All I'm doing is pointing out your reality. If we're gonna cope, we gotta be honest about the world.
Hey, Carrie.
And I say that you are a villain. I come to you in desperate need, and you respond by mocking my desperation.
Oh, boy.
Why would you do this to me? Do you not know what pain I am experiencing? Do you not know that I, as an actor, feel every sling and arrow more keenly?
I'm okay. I'm just here with... Wow.
Art thou a therapist or a murderer that you would push me so to the brink? Do you want me to commit suicide?
If I give an honest answer, both as the player of this game and as Sam, I might get kicked off Twitch. Because, my God, this man.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I want to help everyone who comes to me.
Samuel, a moment, please.
Andy, I got a real problem here. I think I'm not cut out for this work. This fella's right. Why am I attacking him when I should be helping?
First of all, short statement. You will do what you will do, and that is all, Samuel. But look at the candles. What do you see?
The candles. Oh, they seem fine to me.
Look at the flames.
Wait a minute. They're getting higher, ain't they? What the hell's going on?
Your client is very powerful. He has his own unique skills earned through the ages. His skill in gaslighting is so intense that it affects the world around him.
Jesus. This dude said gaslight girl boss for real, and he's literally affecting the world.
He is altering reality to fit his distortions. Be watchful, Samuel. Do not let him.
Can you just conjure me up a steak and save everyone a problem?
How do I stop it?
Be persistent, and above all, be honest. He does not control your reality.
I await your apology, sir.
Easy, boy, easy.
I shall not go easy. I shall not.
Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. There's a good
Oh
vampire.
my god. I'm sorry. The way we are talking to him like he is a skittish animal.
A good vampire? What on hell?
You're safe now. Ain't nobody here to hurt you or make you feel bad.
Oh, I am struggling not to just cackle to the point where I hurt myself.
I'm your buddy. That's us. We're just buddies, ain't we?
Buddies? Yes. A friend. A friend. A friend who wishes to help me.
You feeling better there, compadre?
I must confess that I am, though I scarcely understand how.
Hey, well, that's just great. I want this to be a comfortable place for you.
Yes. Yes, I do believe you. After all, your profession is in many ways similar to acting. It is no wonder that we find common ground.
How is therapy like acting?
It is the exploration of the soul.
Oh,
Is it not?
Jesus.
A journey into pain and truth. We see those pains and truths and reflect them onto the cruel world.
I ain't sure I quite see it like that, but it's true that reflecting is important. Kind of funny when we can't look in a mirror, huh?
True.
One of death's cruel ironies. Thus must we see our reflections in the mortal audience instead.
You care a lot about what the mortals think about you.
Of course I do. Why should I give a fig about what we dusty old folk think, eh? Most of us are stuck in our relative pasts, if you'll pardon the offense.
But all them folks die. You're what, 300 years old?
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
I can see why you're so worked up there, compadre. That's a lot of responsibility you're putting on yourself.
Oh,
Don't
boy.
you see? My talent is a gift that must be shared.
Well, there's that word again, must. I'm telling you, man, an expectation is just a resentment waiting to happen.
Oh, Jesus. Why is this game coming for all of us?
You can't control how the world's gonna move. Maybe people just like a different style of acting.
Of course I know the plebeians will never understand my earth. Of course I cannot control how they will respond.
I guess that's a start.
Unlike some vampires, I am not some blood-guzzling parasite who will idly sit and wait as the world turns.
You call it most of our kind parasites?
I am, for that is what we are, if we are nothing else.
All right, let's just forget the part where you're insulting other vampires, myself included. If you say that you're a parasite if you don't do something, you're gonna be scared as hell of not doing that thing.
As an immortal, I aim for loftier goals.
Wow.
Can you hit those goals if you're busy being afraid of turning into a parasite?
Ah, but your humble speech does belie the true wisdom beneath. I am indeed cruel to myself. I died for the stage, so I should live for it as well. Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
Ah. You seek fame and fortune even in your undeadness.
For upon that stage is power. The power to control the emotions of an audience.
Okay, I think I missed something there. Let's start from the top, compadre.
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
I can see why you're so worked up there, compadre.
Didn't we just do
That's
this
a lot of
line?
responsibility you're putting on yourself.
Don't you see? My talent is
Well, there's that word again. Must. I'm telling you, man, an
car.
expectation is just a resentment waiting to happen. You can't control how the world's gonna move. Maybe people just like a different style of acting.
Of course I know the plebeians will never understand my oeuvre. Of course I cannot control how they will respond.
I guess that's a start.
Unlike some vampires, I am not some blood-guzzling parasite who will idly sit and wait as the world turns. I died for the stage, so I should live for it as well.
Yeah.
Well, why should you live for the stage?
What was my death worth if the stage does not matter?
But it's only you who's saying your death ain't worth something. But your shoulds are fatal. Ain't that a lot of pressure?
Perhaps, though one might argue that all great actors must be forged in fire.
But is acting really the most important thing in the world?
I shall assume that you jest. Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
Vampires ain't got nothing to offer you.
Nothing they can give, no. Vampires do not understand the avant-garde.
Vampires have a lot to give. We got time to understand things mortals just can't. I think you're painting vampire society with a pretty broad brush. We got some redeeming values.
Oh, perhaps. But an understanding of the stage is not one of them. You know, I see what you are doing. The motivations of man are well known to me through my art.
And what am I doing?
You are mocking me.
Oh my
undermining
God.
me, causing me to doubt myself. I know thy purpose, wretch.
Here we go again.
This therapy business is all a ruse. You would lay me low and claim dominion over me.
Bro, I don't want nothing to do with you.
All I'm trying to do is help you, friend. Reality's a lot easier to deal with when you can accept it for what it is.
So, now you doubt my sanity. Is there no end to your japes and jabs? I shall not break. Oh, you shall see. The tides of cruel seas will crash upon me, but I do not wither. I know thy game, trickster. You wish to keep me in your debt. The more I doubt myself, the more you take from me.
No, the more I would like you to
You
leave.
think you are clever, but thy tongue outvenoms all the worms of the Nile. Well, what have you to say for yourself? Speak, that I might hear thy bile.
Easy there.
What?
I know you're upset and you're scared. I ain't gonna hurt you.
But you want to hurt me.
No?
Good vampire. Ain't you sweet? Yeah, it's all right.
You really don't want to hurt me. You'll keep me safe.
We're safe. Ain't no place safer than right here. We're friends. That's right. You're my buddy now. Just my pal Eddie.
In truth, I am oft left bereft of friendship. Our kind can be difficult.
Not Yelp reviews.
You mean vampires?
No, actors. But to sense one is not alone in all the world is a feeling to be cherished.
You ain't alone, I promise you. Whatever bad stuff we're living, someone else has lived it already.
'Tis so. Many geniuses were unappreciated in their time, with wonders of their craft consigned to history's dusty pages. Even the bard himself did struggle. There is some comfort in that.
common nocturnality. We all got the same needs, man. Blood, safety, and sex.
Indeed. I too am akin to the doomed Achilles, though my sore spot lies not so low, but twixt stem and stern.
Tain't my place to comment.
Oh, seems the spot is no secret to you after all.
Yes, the cowboy is a vampire and he's training to be a therapist.
Maybe we can talk about that some more in your next session. I think you did pretty dang well today.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I did. I am rather good at therapy, aren't I?
If you're here and wanting to get better, yeah, I'd say that makes you pretty good at therapy.
Well, one mustn't rest on one's laurels, must one?
That's right, Eddie. Okay, I'll see you in a few weeks then.
Aye, we shall vanquish my demons together. I cannot tarry. The stage awaits.
Dang, what the hell was that?
One of the darker malignancies of the mind, dear Sam.
You sure I'm up to this?
You were masterful, Sam. You were able to take your knowledge about cognitive distortions and turn their definitions outward. And we must speak about this equine ability of yours in your next session.
Oh, that. Yeah, I learned a lot about myself through my horse.
I love you.
Save it for our next session. Rest, Sam. You have faced a great danger. Now it is time to drink and be merry with the Goths.
Well, not sure I'd call them merry, but they know how to cut loose. All right, Andy, I'll see you later.
Good night, Samuel. Rest in peace.
I hate that he tells me rest in peace.
Well, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I probably won't forget that. I should go talk to Crimson.
If it isn't Sammy the Kid, plop that butt down. Got a shot prepared for you.
Well, thanks, Crimson. What is that? Bloody Mary?
No, a Bloody Steve. I think that's what he said his name was.
Wow.
Of course it is. How's the crowd tonight?
You know, it's funny. They're a little on the weird side tonight. Must be a full moon out.
Oh, you ain't kidding. I just had my first therapy session with the strangest fella I ever met. The actor type. Used to be an international celebrity back when I was alive. It seems like fame's a nasty drug.
Like Andy says, people are people. Doesn't matter what era they're from. Feeling good about your session, though?
He was pretty confrontational, but he was happy to talk about himself at least. Andy says the real clients to worry about are the ones who've got nothing to say.
I get that. Being a human isn't easy. You gotta be pretty damn privileged to have no problems at all.
Well, this fella definitely has plenty of problems. I think he'll be keeping me busy.
It's a big world out there, cowboy. Full of vampires with no self-awareness.
Well, ain't that the truth? Well, here's to change then.
To change.
You, drinking Andy's blood there?
Andy's? Nuh-uh, this is a plain old mortal drink. You think anyone would want to drink that man's blood from a bottle when they can get it straight from the source?
I suppose they wouldn't.
I'm not proud to drink blood, Sam. Wouldn't be doing it out here.
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am.
Not your fault. I guess I shouldn't be offended.
Who's telling you that you shouldn't be offended, Crimson? I know this blood drinking stuff is complicated.
Damn right it is. Look, I have customers to deal with. But let me give you some advice, Buffalo Bill. No therapy in here. What happens at Eminard happens with consent. Got it?
All right, that's fair, and my sincere apologies. It won't happen again.
That's right.
Oh, dang it. I've gone and made myself unwelcome. I better get out of Crimson's way.
You.
I'm sorry, what?
Huh? Do I know you?
I know you. I've been watching you, vampire.
Yep, that's me, drinking blood to live.
Yes, you do. I saw you. I see everything. My name is Panoptibella. It means I see all, and I am beautiful. I saw you in the kink room with Reinhardt and Maxi. And now I see
Hey,
that you are
Thor.
thirsty and would like to drink.
Sure. 1 second. That's fine, or we could even do it tomorrow if that works for you. Because I am also, I need a break and I need to eat. So if you want to push later or even later in the week, that's fine with me too. We could also do next Saturday.
Yep, that is so.
Okay. Thor is going to help me with Elden Ring.
Come, drink from my neck. I wish to see.
But they are still
what it
in
is
the
like.
D&Ds. So yeah, just let me know what's good for you.
Yes, I see now.
No
That
worries.
was very pleasant. Thank you.
Alrighty, have good D&Ds.
You will go to your coffin now to sleep.
Well, if you wanted to cuddle.
It is normal for vampires to enter a state of torpor after consuming the blood of another. I wish you an excellent torpor, vampire.
Okay.
Thanks, I guess. I guess I'd better get some shut-eye. This night has gone on long enough.
That was weird.
Good evening, Samuel. I hope you are feeling well rested. I have a new client for you.
Another one? I think my caseload's starting to get a little crowded.
Worry not, my friend. I shall not unload all the world's cares onto you. I know how strongly this next client requires aid. She is a great deal older than most of the clients you've seen, and sometimes it is harder for the elderly to see reality. It took me far too long to do so.
Is she as old as you are?
Not nearly. Thus, she should be more ready for change than I was. Take a look at her intake form.
She is a fucking streamer. I cannot. One second. Hey Melissa, I think you, Lamia, Jory, and Rat should do a panel at PAX about this game, because I think it would be interesting, since you're all in the field.
Alas, death does not often allow us to have much choice.
I'm not going to go much further, because I'm over 3 hours, and I need to eat something.
Says here she doesn't leave home unless she has to.
I wasn't really thinking about rage,
vampires
but
can often be.
I'm not a therapist, so I wouldn't get any say in it.
I sure do hope I can help her.
You will do your best, I know. Let me allow you some privacy.
I
She
mean,
comes.
PAX Unplugged? Absolutely not, I would not. That is a panel I would sit in.
Hello?
Hey there, how do I say your name? Is it, Medbug? Medbee?
Mev is my real name. Medbee's just my screen name. You can call me Medi if you like.
Oh, mighty fine meeting you, Medi. I'm Sam.
Is that who you are?
I couldn't rightly say. I ain't no more or less than Sam.
You're a cute, strange cowboy man.
I don't know that you should be calling your potential therapist cute, miss.
Not in a touching bodies way. I mean, you're more like a rabbit or a mouse.
Is that the same person who voices Hope in Baldur's Gate 3? Because it sounds like it.
Oh, I want to dress you up in a little mouse onesie and watch you scurry about.
What?
You can keep your hat on and be a little cowboy mouse. Oh, I like that very much. I'd keep you in a little cage and give you lots of
No,
cheese
we're done
and of course,
here.
a wheel to run on.
No.
You can be my whiskery little pet.
What is the matter, Samuel?
I think I'm out of my depth here, Chief. I ain't keen to be anyone's pet.
Older vampires such as myself can sometimes be uncomfortable to be around.
Nope, nope, we're done here.
I believe this will be an excellent challenge in setting boundaries, Sam.
Okay. It sounded like the same voice for Hope.
Explain to her your boundaries. You will be modeling positive behavior and saving yourself a little trouble.
She needs the parasocial panel.
Yeah, just a little.
All the more reason to be clear and polite right now. Good luck, Samuel. I know you can do it.
You look distracted, little mouse.
Over 1800
You
years.
smelled a bit of cheese. Did your whiskers twitch?
This is making me personally uncomfortable, so we may stop here.
All right, miss, before we keep going, I think we need to set a few boundaries. First of all, I ain't gonna wear no onesie. I don't think I could find one that'd fit.
I could sew one for you. I would make the neck hole really big so that your funny hat would fit right through it.
Okay, well, maybe I wasn't being clear. I don't want to wear a onesie.
But it would make me happy.
Oh, I see what she's doing.
Well, wouldn't make me happy, miss.
Fine. But I don't like it.
This stuff about putting me in a cage and making me your pet are things you should be doing with a blood partner. Besides, I make the rules about my own body. If I don't want something, you gotta respect it or find a new therapist.
You don't want me to do things to your body?
No!
You cut that out. I'm serious now.
Very well. Be that way.
Yeah, we need to update the CW for this.
I don't eat cheese, you know that. We only drink blood anyway. Mortal food doesn't exactly agree with us.
But a mouse who doesn't eat cheese is hardly a mouse.
But I'm not a mouse.
Then why do you have twitchy whiskers?
I just like the way they look.
So 4 of 4 clients I want to run a stake through their heart.
So do I. That's why I think you should eat some cheese.
Well, I ain't gonna. Take it or leave it.
You're very mean for a mouse.
I think that about covers it.
Very well. It's a little boring. People usually let me do what I want to do to them.
Well, this is less boring then. It's something new.
I suppose you're right. It's very clever, strange cowboy man. May I still call you a mouse from time to time, though?
No.
If it'll make you feel comfortable,
No.
I guess it ain't hurting me. But let's get to you and why you're here. Now, it said on your intake form that...
I forgot what her fucking intake form even said. I think I'm done with this for right now because this is making me deeply personally uncomfortable. And also I'm hungry. So we're going to find someone to raid. This is making me actually personally uncomfortable. And I've been on almost 3.5 hours. I need to eat something. So we're going to find someone to raid. Yes, I know. Yeah, so don't go anywhere. We're going to find someone to raid. Let's give someone the benefit of all the raids that we got today. I see Selena's on, Tech is on, Jeff Bruteleg is on, Munchkin Jess is on, Damien's on, but he's got a lot of viewers. No, Captain Richard's got over 3,000, he's good. Let's give Selena a raid. No worries. If Thor is fine with it, we may be back with some Elden Ring. Alright, if you're a sub, use the noted emote. It is animated for taking notes. And if I am back in an hour, it will be with Thormingander, and we are going to do some Elden Ring. Because I am stuck, and I suck at this game. So, I'm going to take a food break, because I've been on 3.5 hours. And I will see you all later. Bye, y'all.